Welcome back to another episode of Register for Dinner. I'm your host, Sebastian Register, and today we're going on a little journey to Southeast Asia. That's right, we're making Thai Masaman Curry. Stay tuned. Argentinian wine. Unlike a lot of Thai curries, Masaman curry is not spicy. It's going to be more of a savory, sweet style curry, unlike your red curries, your yellow curries, and your green curries, which are going to be blow your head off spicy. So what I have here is I have 2 sweet potatoes, 2 russet potatoes, and 2, I would say, medium to small yellow onions, and 1 red bell pepper. And what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to cube those all up to be the same size so everything cooks evenly. You want these to be relatively larger dices. They're a little bit larger than your average diced onion, simply because the potatoes and the sweet potatoes and the russet potatoes are all going to be cubed at a larger piece. I've got my onions all chopped up. Now it's time to move to the sweet potato and the russet potato. I just realized I completely do not have a vegetable peeler, so I'm going to have to use a knife. Now, do not try this at home. If you have a vegetable peeler, I would highly recommend that you use a vegetable peeler. I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. As you can see, my sweet potato and russet potatoes are peeled. Now it's time to chop them. Like I said, I want to cube them relatively larger so that everything cooks evenly. So take your potatoes, cut them in half, cut them into another quarters, turn them, and then just give them a rough chop. So as you can see, they are relatively larger pieces. Do the same thing with the sweet potatoes. Now I've got 1 red bell pepper, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to take it, cut it into 4s like this. Again, you always want to make sure you remove this white part. It's very bitter and it will really affect the flavor of your curry or whatever it is that you're cooking with. So I always like to remove that part. So very carefully with your knife, take it, and with the blade going away from you, just slice away at that white meaty flesh. Just like that, and it's gone. Now I have some fresh ginger. Ginger is one of the quintessential flavors of Thai dishes, and it goes in almost everything that they cook, and it is just truly amazing. It's very fragrant and adds a really nice brightness to every dish that you're cooking with. So again, like the potatoes, I'm going to go ahead and peel this. Ginger's peeled, and now I'm going to mince it. So however you want to go about mincing it, just make sure that it's minced. I just like to cut them into slices first, like such. Just mincing it up into small pieces, similar to like what you would do for garlic. I wish you guys could smell this. Ginger is so fragrant. I didn't show you guys this process. I figured you could probably figure it out on your own. But I have about 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast that I went ahead and cut into cubes. Yes, my dish is going to call for chicken. You can certainly use pork, beef, veal, what have you. Fish, shrimp goes fantastic in this dish, especially prawns, the ones that still have the shell on. But today I'm just doing chicken, keeping it simple.
Tofu?
Tofu? Yeah, you could do tofu if you're vegan, vegetarian, what have you. You could definitely use tofu as a substitute. Obviously, the best side dish to go with any curry is a good rice. So right here in this little cute jar, I have some jasmine rice, and I'm gonna make just about a cup. Now the ratio for cooking jasmine rice is 2 to 1. So every 1 cup of rice that you're using, you're gonna want 2 cups of water, or broth, or whatever that you're using as your liquid. So I've got a pot here, and I'm just gonna measure out 1 cup of jasmine rice. And 2 cups of water. And then I just want to bring this over to my stove, bring it up to a rolling boil. Once it's brought to a rolling boil, just cover it and let it simmer on extremely low for about 20 minutes, and then you'll have the most beautiful jasmine rice ready to go. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm standing here at my stove. This is our beautiful new kitchen. If you're wondering why the kitchens keep changing, we actually just moved from California down to Florida. So if you like this new apartment, give us a big thumbs up and make sure you comment below. But yeah, let's get started. So I have my wok here on the stove. As you can see, it is starting to lightly smoke, so that means it's go time. So what I have here is I have 2 tablespoons of canola oil. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the pan. Just make sure to move it around. And then I'm going to want to take my ginger and put it in. Get this going for a little bit. And then this is the key. So this is Masaman curry paste. You can find this at any Asian supermarket. Just talk to the clerk if you're having a hard time locating it, but just tell them where your curry pastes are and they'll take you. And you should see it. This is a pretty well-known curry paste company, I guess you could say. But this is Masaman Curry. I'll zoom in a little bit right there so you can see Masaman Curry. And this is very fragrant and very potent, so you don't want to overdo it with this. I'm going to take about half of this curry paste, maybe a little bit more, and put it into the wok. You're going to want to mix this with your ginger for about a couple minutes until you start to get a really fragrant curry smell. And as you can see, my rice over here is up to a rolling boil. So now I'm going to want to turn the heat down low and cover it with a lid and simmer it for 20 minutes. Now that my curry paste has been simmering with the ginger for a couple of minutes, it's time to put in the chicken. So as I said, I have a pound and a half of boneless, skinless chicken breast that I went ahead and cubed up. Just go ahead and dump that right into the wok. And what I'm going to do is I just want to lightly sear the chicken, meaning that I want all sides of the chicken to be white. I don't want to fully cook the chicken because that's going to cook in the broth as it starts to cook over time. But just put a nice sear. As you can see, my chicken is pretty much all seared up. So now it's time to go on to the next step. So what I have here is 1 can of coconut milk. And this is, again, another quintessential flavor of all Thai dishes, especially curries. You can't have a Thai curry without coconut milk. So just add this to the pot, or to the wok, I should say. Make sure to give it a good mix. And now we're gonna wanna add in all of our other ingredients. So I'm gonna grab my onions, my potatoes, my bell peppers, throw them all into the pool. It's gonna be a party in here. All the kids are in the pool. Now it's time to get to the seasoning. So what I have here is I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Go ahead and dump that in. 2 tablespoons, a little bit more than 2 tablespoons actually. It's about 3 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter. Any peanut butter brand will do just fine. And this is fish sauce. If you don't have fish sauce, it's totally fine. You can use soy sauce as a substitute. So I'm gonna take a couple really good dashes of fish sauce. And just make sure to give everything a good mix. And don't worry if it looks like there's not a lot of liquid, because as this cooks and slowly simmers for about 20 to 25 minutes, it will release a lot of the juices from the vegetables and the chicken, and you'll see that you'll have a lot more liquid at the end. Now everything's evenly distributed in the curry, so now it's time to cover it. Turn your heat down to a medium to low heat and simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes. Let's see how it looks. Smells amazing. Like I said, it does produce a whole lot more liquid than when you start off with, because all those vegetables have really cooked down, as well as the chicken. So next you want to do is you want to give it a good stir. And then you want to take lime. I have about 3/4 of a lime, and just squeeze the juice on the top. This is really going to help freshen up the dish. Just give it another mix, and then let it cook with the lid off for about 5 more minutes before serving. We're so close to being done. Now you want to get started with your garnishes. So what I have here is some lightly roasted, salted cashew nuts, and I'm just going to give them a rough chop. And now I have some green onion. So what I'm going to do is cut off the one end, flip it around, cut off these ends, remove any additional skin that you don't need, such as this. Take your onions, cut them in half, and then at a bias, you want to start slicing. And finally, it's plating time. I'm gonna attempt something. I have never done it before, but I always see that they do it in Thailand, and they do a wonderful job of making the rice turn into like a bowl shape. So what I have here is a bowl that I've lightly sprayed with some Pam, just to make sure none of the rice sticks to it. And then I've got my beautiful Jasmine rice. And what I'm gonna do is with a spoon, take my rice and start packing it inside this bowl. Really make sure it's packed, because you want everything to be nice and formed. And then, if everything goes according to plan, this should come out like a bowl. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Now I want to take some of my amazing, delicious Masaman Curry. Take some of your cashews. Generously spread them on top of your curry. And then, again, generously sprinkle some fresh green onions. And there you have it, some delicious Masaman Curry. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Once again, my name is Sebastian Regester, and this is Regester for Dinner. If you enjoyed today's video and can't wait for us to cook something else up, make sure you smash that like button, comment below, and subscribe. But until next time, stay hungry, my friends.